Have you ever wanted a big group of friends and you wanted to make them stronger, right? You got a big, strong hero guy comes in, that's you, right? And you're like, I want to make you guys stronger and I want to add something to the group. Well, you can, but only just one, and that is with the ability that we're going to talk about today, and that is the backup ability from March of Machines. So with this backup mechanic, there's going to be about 21 creatures printed with this mechanic. Not all cards are super powerful, but they do synergize well with +1/+1 counter strategies, and they do synergize with blink strategies as well. How does it work? Well, it's an ETB effect that gives abilities based on whatever is below the text box. Example time! So you've got a creature on the field, right? Just like this Sunscorch Regent. You know, it's looking menacing, and you think it's just going to do something. For whatever reason, it's come back to your turn and nobody's cast a spell, right? And you're like, well, I want to be a menace with this thing. So you cast a creature with backup, right? It comes down, and it's going to just give it a +1/+1 counter, like Death Greeter's Champion here. And then it's going to give it everything below that little backup one text box, which is Double Strike. So now what's happened is Death Greeter's Champion has entered the battlefield, and it's giving those +1/+1 counters, or just one +1/+1 counters, to Sunscorch Regent, making it a 5/4. And then now it's also gained the keyword ability of Double Strike. So it's given it that +1/+1 counter, and then now it gains Double Strike until end of turn. This ability is great for two reasons. Number one, it gives you a permanent value in the form of a stat line boost with +1/+1 counters. Number two, it can give you a powerful ability with the addition of a body until end of turn. Now let's talk about some cards, baby. Let's start with the most potentially unexciting. That's going to be Cyber Cryptomancer. It's 1 and a blue for a 0/1 flash backup 1 hexproof. So what that means, this creature is going to come down and it's going to give something hexproof on entering. Why is that good? Because it protects your key pieces. We always need that in a deck. Why else is it good? Because it adds to your board. It's going to come down, it's going to protect something, and it's going to be a creature on top of that. Another reason why it's really good is because it already has great protection on it. So that means that even once it stays on the board, it still has hexproof itself. So if you're in a deck where you're caring about, creating maybe a Voltron creature where you're maybe giving it equipment or just putting a bunch of 1/1 counters on it and pumping it, this creature is going to give that to you with protection on it. So I think it's a great piece that can slide into a whole lot more decks. Next up, we have Keyword Soup. That's going to be Boon Bringer Valkyrie. This thing is a 3 white white 4/4 with backup 1, flying, first strike, and lifelink. It's good because it has a ton of great keywords. That's evasion. That's if somebody blocks it, you have the chance to just kill their creature. So even if it has Death Strike, it's irrelevant. And then lastly, it has lifelink. You're going to gain a ton of life, and you can put this on your best creature. That's a ton of value for just those keywords. Why else is it great? It adds an amazing creature to the board. You're getting that 4/4 creature with those three keywords on it as well. If you are able to blink this creature, it can just make your board threatening. It can add a ton of power. Like, even if you're able to do this 3 times, you're giving evasion, you're giving that powerful first strike keyword, and then you're just going to gain a massive amount of life. And with 1/1 counter synergies, it gets even better. It just goes hard. It's going to do so much work in a 1/1 counter deck. I also personally play this in a Miss Bumbleflower deck, and it does so much work for me because I'm able to just give something flying, and then my Bumbleflower is already giving other things flying on my board and 1/1 counters. So this just comes down and it makes something absolutely fantastic and is able to just swipe for a bunch of damage and gain me a bunch of life. Next up, we have Dragons. or dragon, I should say. It's Guardian Scale Lord. That's 4 and a white for a 3/4 with backup 1 flying. Whenever this creature attacks, return target non-land permanent with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield where X is its creature's power, right? Why is that good? Because it gives a creature a good evasive keyword. It gives something flying, and that's able to get in for that damage reliably. It's also good because it gives you recursion for your attacking creature, which means you're able to actually go and get something back from the graveyard. And it's not just that, it says non-land permanent. So this could be a creature, this could be an artifact, this could be an enchantment. That's so much more flexible than just being able to hit a creature. Another reason why this effect is so good is because it's just on Guardian Scale Lord himself, residually. So even once you swing in with that big creature, you're going to be able to swing in with Guardian Scale Lord himself on that next turn, and you're going to be able to get at least a 3 back, and if you're able to pump this thing, it just gets even better. And so that's a very powerful effect. If you're able to blink this thing, it is just an absolute menace. It gets intense very quickly. You're able to put it on multiple creatures, which means you're able to return multiple things to the battlefield by doing just what? Just attacking. Absolutely powerful, absolutely broken. We love it. It is gross. Lastly, we have Green Stompy, and that is Conclave Sledge Captain. That's 5 and a green for a 4/4 with backup 1, backup 1, backup 1. Trample. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, put that many 1/1 counters on it. Well, what's the first reason why this is good? Is because this is actually the only creature with backup that has multiple instances of backup. You're able to put it on multiple creatures, multiple instances of this, and it just goes hard. I mean, guys, we all know these kinds of effects where if you're able to basically double your creature's power, absolutely insane value. And that's putting that flexibility because you're able to put it on whatever. On top of that, it gives the keyword trample, so it's able to actually deal damage over, which is actually insane for this card because it's guaranteed to at least hopefully put counters on something. Why else is this card good? Because it has the static effect on itself. So it itself is also a 4/4 with trample in this ability. So whenever it is able to attack, you're going to be able to residually get this over and over and over. And I've actually had this Conclave Sledge Captain go crazy by itself in my Mrs. Bumbleflower deck when I give it flying and it's just doubling its attack every single turn. Another reason why this card is really good is because those 3 instances of backup all just hit one creature. And this is what I actually end up doing so many times because I just like big dumb creature smack hard. And so 3 separate abilities of backup 1 all count as different instances of that ability. So if you dump this all on just one creature, it's not just going to double its attack, it's going to basically triple its attack. Absolutely powerful, so flexible in what it's able to do, and just really love the card. Love the backup mechanic. It hasn't gotten much love since March of Machine, but just let me know down in the comments if you have any questions or thoughts, and maybe what your favorite card with backup, or if you've even seen this mechanic before. If you like our content, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, and it means so much to us. We appreciate you guys so much for everything that you do. Remember, guys, you are loved and are always important to someone out there. We love you and think that you are an amazing person, and we appreciate you so much for just taking the time to stop and watch, and we are just so excited to see you in the next video. See you guys.